today's topic is Harley, a vegan diet is a new age experiment. The Raw Bras put up a post on their Facebook wall. Can you please comment about that? What's your thoughts? My thoughts are, I've got nothing against the Raw Bras or anyone that's, I'm just sharing my comments and criticisms here. That's a good thing about YouTube. As a community, we get to have debates and share our opinions, and often, people's opinions vary, and that's cool, it's what makes the world a spicy place. So I'm just sharing my comments and criticisms, nothing personally against the Raw Bras or Mark Sisson or Paul Chek or Sean Croxton or Dr. Atkins or anybody who promotes the low-carb, high-fat, increase your heart disease sort of diet. Nothing personal against anyone, just putting my opinion out there. So a vegan diet is a new age experiment. Yes, that is a common soundbite from the paleo primal world that these people represent. The vegan diet's a new experiment. That's an interesting one. Well, where do we start? We've got a lot of places to start with that one. First one is, I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm training Muay Thai kickboxing in Lumpini. I'm training in Lumpini, and I'm doing my running training around Lumpini Park. I don't train much when it comes to running. I've done about 22 kilometers a week average over the last 6 weeks, and I ran a 3:07 in the Bangkok Marathon last Sunday, and I was the first white guy home out of anybody. And of any of the white guys, I was the first one home. Obviously, the Kenyans just smashed out all the top 15 places, and I was the first white guy home. I should have been the last person home because I've been vegan for 11 years. I should have been dead last because I'm the deficient vegan, according to what the experts say. I'm the deficient diet. Was that a naked Freely walking across the TV screen there?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
How?
Anyway, I'll get it out. Anyway, so that's the reality, is that if a vegan was a new age experiment, then I'd be fucked. I would be fucked. I would be fucked. I couldn't be as fit as I am. I've won 4 of the last 6 running races I've done. I've won 4 of the last 6 running races I've done. And how can that be if the vegan diet doesn't work? Freely rode her bike across Australia as a raw vegan. She never has a cycling background in her life. She started riding for 4 months, literally 4 months. She didn't ride a bike. She rode a BMX as a kid around the backyard. And then she rode horses. And then she got on a bicycle. 4 months later, she cycled across Australia on 100% raw vegan lifestyle, on fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? Like, full on. Not even any juice or anything. Just all fruit and vegetables. Crazy shit. So I'm just saying, man, if people say it's the vegan lifestyle is a new age experiment, they got no idea. They're sincere but sincerely wrong. I hand out these flyers here in Bangkok, in Thailand. I do it in New York. I do it in Sydney, Australia. And what it is, it's basically from PETA.org, and it's an advertisement about Kentucky Fried Cruelty, it's called, and it's got Pamela Anderson and a lot of crew on there, a lot of vegans and stuff, vegetarians promoting, the veggie lifestyle, and it talks about all the animal welfare in here. And whenever I give this to people and I see them open it up, people aren't going, wow, that's really cool, lovely. They're just like, wow, that's fucking sick shit, man. We're doing some sick shit to the fucking animals. We're doing some sick shit to our animal friends. People are concerned. No one's doing this for oranges and bananas and going, wow, the oranges get picked and they get put in a little box and they get wrapped in plastic, and that's not really good for the oranges. What about orange rights and what about banana rights? The bananas get picked and washed in water and drowned, and they get put in plastic boxes as well and shipped all over the world away from their banana tree family. You know what I mean? Just saying. This is a good book to read. Dr. Neil Barnard's book on reversing diabetes. A lot of people always say, Harley, rice and potatoes and corn and fruit and barley, that gives people diabetes. Sugar gives people diabetes. Well, how about you get some clinical data, some clinical science, and the bro science. Get rid of the paleo primal bro science. Get the real clinical data. Dr. Neil Barnard promotes the vegan, high-carb, low-fat lifestyle. There's not a single person in the paleo world who's actually qualified in nutrition or biochemistry or whatever. They just maybe got someone's got a PhD like Lauren Cordain, PhD in exercise physiology. I'm sorry, it doesn't make you a qualified doctor in nutrition and health. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. Dr. Neil Barnard, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Ornish, Dr. Esselstyn, these guys qualified to write the books. Medical studies, man. Medical studies. Let's get rid of the bro science. Let's get rid of the sound bites. A vegan lifestyle is a new age experiment. Whenever someone says that, they've got no clue. NFI. NFI. So my blood test could not be good if a vegan lifestyle was bad. I put my blood test on YouTube. Nobody puts their blood tests up on YouTube. Type in comments in below who else puts up their blood tests on YouTube routinely. B12, homocysteine, hemoglobin, iron, ferritin, testosterone levels, tumor markers, cancer markers, heart disease markers. Who puts their tests up on YouTube in the health community? Nobody does it. I do it because I want transparency. I want to show people this shit works. And if you're going to bag the vegan lifestyle, put up your blood tests. Win some competitions. All these people that bag the vegan lifestyle, none of them are competitive athletes. And again, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying I disagree with what they say. Sean Croxton, Mark Sisson, Rob Wolf, Lauren Cordain, the Raw Bras, Daniel Vitalis, David Wolf, all these people that knock a vegan lifestyle, how come none of them are a competitive athlete? Even Rob Wolf, when he was a vegan, he was doing competitive powerlifting and kickboxing. And now on the paleo diet, he had to quit the competitive lifestyle because you can't be a competitive athlete if you're eating a low-carb diet. You can't. You won't have enough energy. You'll be on caffeine. How come all these guys are caffeine addicts or crack-out addicts? They're just like knocking back the stimulants like, again and again and again. And it's sad, guys like Paul Chek, just coffee, and then they say coffee's bad for you, but I drink lots and lots and lots and lots of coffee. But they're none of them are competitive athletes. They can't be competitive athletes because their diets are deficient. And again, I'm not saying they're bad people, I'm just saying their dietary advice is very poor, in my opinion, because they can't even be competitive athletes on this low-carb, high-fat, carb-phobic program. Don't eat fruit. Fruit's bad. Don't eat too many bananas. You'll get fat from eating bananas. But all those vegans, they're all ripped and 3% body fat and too skinny. Come on, man. This doesn't make any sense, does it? They also say vegan diet's a new age experiment, so buy my protein powder. Don't be a vegan. Eat lots of meat and buy my protein powder. How come all these people are selling protein powders? And again, just because you sell protein powders doesn't make you a bad person, but it makes you look like a fucking hypocrite when you say you can't be a vegan because you won't get enough protein, so eat meat and buy my protein powder. There's a click on the link down below. We've got the Primal Special Whey Protein Powder or whatever, rice protein or whatever. And again, it's like you guys just don't have a clue. You guys didn't drop the ball. You never had it to start with. This is hilarious. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough protein. So eat meat and eat your protein powder. Just make sure you buy it from my website. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough vitamin K2, even though it's produced in the human body, vitamin K2. So let's just eat animal products and buy the K2 supplement off Mark Sisson. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough EPA and DHA, even though the human body produces EPA and DHA. So eat lots of meat and take your special fish oil supplement from whoever's website. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough carnitine. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough iron. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough zinc. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough B12. So eat lots of meat and make sure you buy our Primal Paleo Low Carb Supplement. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Dr. McCullough says, don't be a vegan, won't get enough nutrients. And Dr. McCullough, if you go to his website, it's just full of supplements. Just full of supplements. The guy's making millions and selling supplements. And again, just because you're a millionaire selling supplements doesn't make you a bad person. Just saying. Just because you're a millionaire selling protein powders and telling people to eat bacon, eggs for breakfast doesn't mean you're a bad person. Yes, it's bad advice. Just saying. So all this stuff, a vegan diet's a new age experiment. Well, my question is, I think having all these protein powders, these whey isolate protein powders is a new age experiment. I think eating a low carb diet when it's never ever been done in human history on the long term scale is a dangerous experiment. People go, oh, but the Eskimos did it. And it's like, Eskimos were not a thriving, healthy culture. Nothing wrong with the Eskimos, but they were not a thriving culture if we compare them to like the Aztecs or the Mayans in terms of a health and robustness. If I had to live in those extreme climates and just eat seal blubber and penguin intestines, I wouldn't have the best health either. We know that the frozen Eskimo specimens from the hundreds of years ago, 400 years ago, I think Dr. McDougall quoted, were that they had chronic osteoporosis and chronic arteriosclerosis, but often they didn't die from heart disease because they died from osteoporosis. So anyone using the Eskimos or the Maasai as examples, that again, they're just using sound bites. They have no experience. They're just using bro science to justify going to TGI Fridays and having the plated chicken wings, or going past McDonald's, or going, into KFC wearing their vibrant five fingers and going, oh, I got my paleo shirt on and I'll make sure I have my paleo primal whey powder protein shake after this, but and then that's all right, you know. And then they have their morning coffee and say vegans don't have enough energy, so I whack back heaps of meat, get all my animal adrenaline from the meat, and whack back heaps of black coffee. And I mean, the hypocrisy is just crazy. Like I did a video recently on Mark Sisson where Mark Sisson says don't eat fruit, don't eat watermelon because it's got sugar in it, but then I showed Mark Sisson's primal whey protein powder supplement, and it's actually got added sugar to it in the form of sucrose, which is white refined table sugar, and maltodextrin, which is a man-made refined sugar never to be found in nature. I'm not saying Mark Sisson's a bad guy, I'm just saying it's hypocritical to say don't eat watermelon because it contains sugar, but then you're selling people a primal whey protein isolate packaged plastic thingy that's full of refined sugar in the form of sucrose and maltodextrin. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes a crap load of dollars. And again, there's nothing wrong with making a lot of money on ignorant people, or newbies who have no idea of nutrition. I'm just saying that that's a really common thing, is people make money on newbies. All these newbies go to this protein powder, you know, full-on supplement thing, anti-vegan, anti-fruit thing, and they get suckered in. They buy all these expensive probiotics or Add Your Clarity or, you know, extra mineral supplements or platinum group Kundalini spiritual woo-woo BS, and just get suckered in. Don't eat fruit. Don't get rid of the carbohydrates. Fill up on raw chocolate and all these toxic things. And that really pees me off. I feel that I have to share with my viewers, because my viewers come to my channel. They expect the truth. They expect the no bullshit, and they expect not to be sold any lies and fries. So that's just my opinion. Nothing personal against anybody I've mentioned. Just putting it out there. I like to highlight the hypocrisy, and I want to make the world a better place. And you're not going to do that when you're cutting down the rainforests to grow soy and corn to feed to livestock, and then have the starving children in Africa and Asia just so you can clog your arteries with meat and wear your Vibrams and have you chug down your protein powders and do all that stuff. So this is not about hate. This is just about speaking up, being honest, being truthful, being transparent, being objective, being non-hypocritical. And post your comments down below, share this video. Is vegan diet a new age experiment? No fucking way. Thanks for watching. See you later.